Hey guys, good morning to all you out there. So I want to share our experience about trichotillomania and what it has meant for Sasha and I, and what we have done about it, and things that have helped us, and our experience and our life journey so far with it. Trichotillomania, for some people out there who may not know what the word means or what it is all about, it can be different for all types of people and what it brings about in them. For Sasha, it has been an impulse, anxiety, soothing mechanism of first pulling out her hair, and then we have now gone on to her eyebrows. For a lot of people, it can be an OCD compulsion. It can be a high stress reliever for many people. People do it many different ways. People can pull their hair out. People can pull out their eyelashes. People can pull out their eyebrows. I've heard of people losing their jobs, divorced, high triggers of stress in their life, that they're bored when they sit down, and it's a soothing mechanism. And how it all started out with Sasha is, first she started pulling her hair out at about 7.5, and we were just starting to actually start to get into counseling because she was having a lot of anxiety and stress issues in school. And I was like, I'm always the type of parent, like, how can I help this? How can I get into the zone and say, Sasha, I'm gonna get you the help that you need? So we actually went to counseling, and Sasha started pulling out her hair months before that. I had started to notice not, pieces, like literally clumps. And my mom, who helps out on the weekend as well, had noticed that, to the point where it wasn't just pieces. Like, I got out the vacuum and I was vacuuming up clumps of hair in her bed, like literally, like in a couple of days, like you had enough to make a hair piece almost. Like, she just was yanking it out in clumps underneath. And I was like, my first impulse reaction was, let me be mad at her. Why are you doing this? What is this all about? Like, you can't be pulling your hair out. Like, people are going to be so judgmental about this. Sorry for the interruption. My phone rang. It was Sasha at school. So, my first impulse was to be really mad about this. I was like, why are you pulling your hair out? I have never seen anything like this. And we actually started going to counseling, who then got us on board with our advocate for school. It's been a huge, lengthy process. And she actually goes, have you ever heard of the word trichotillomania? And I, of course, went home right away and Googled it, searched it online, and all these articles, these YouTube stories, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is really serious. So, we actually, went on medication. We went on Zoloft for a while because I had a long conversation with her doctor about it. And I was like, this is really serious. And she's like, it can be really serious if we don't get her help and techniques for her to help her in the future, so we know what's going on right now to help actually kind of decrease the problem. So we went on the Zoloft. It worked great for about 6 months. And then Sasha, basically with the Zoloft, stopped eating. Basically was eating basically nothing. And Sasha, since birth, has needed to always keep upping the weight because she has always had eating problems from the very beginning. So we immediately had to go and take her off the Zoloft. From taking her off the Zoloft, we actually probably had about a good 6 months of, I found coping mechanisms on how to help her deal with it. You know, I gave her squeezy toys, extra apps on her iPad, got her actually sensory headphones to go and help her in high sensory areas. And as soon as I started seeing her do it, I'd take her hand and I almost say, you know, is something going on? What can I help you do? Tell me what I can help you focus on a little bit better. So it actually for 6 months almost disappeared. And I was like, fingers crossed, you know, we have a control on this. This is completely going away. We have this. And then when she was probably about, I want to say 8.5, I started noticing that her eyebrows were disappearing. And I'm like, okay, is this a new symptom? And a lot of people with trichotillomania go from one component, maybe to their hair, to their eyelashes, to their eyebrows, because they're all hair-related items on your head. So, you know, for Sasha, she doesn't have the fine motor coordination to go and pluck her eyebrows. So it was rubbing to the point where this part right here on both sides was almost completely gone. I mean, it looked like somebody had shaved her eyebrows off. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And yet again, my first instinct was, Sasha, stop doing this. But we've coped with it, and you know, it comes and it goes. And I've explained to school that high stress areas wash her for, and they said she doesn't do a lot of it at school anymore. So I'm kind of thankful for that scenario. But at the same point in time, we catch her when she's relaxing or in high stress areas at home, or when we take her on outings, that she still does it. And I give her squeezy toys, and I talk to her about why she's doing it and why she can't do it, because it's going to hurt her and it's going to ruin all of her eyebrows. So we really try to refocus attention on happier things in life. And so far, yet again, the eyebrows for a couple months have actually grown back, and we've actually had a break from that. But with trichotillomania, it's a very confusing, kind of frustrating process. That one thing might work, you might have a 6-month break, you might have a year break from it, and all of a sudden, bam, it is back like lightning. So this is our experience with it. And actually a great viewer of our YouTube channel found us through a trichotillomania story that we did months back, and actually contacted me through Instagram. And I said, do you want to share your story? Because she's more through the adolescence, and she's older than Sasha, and she's been going through it a lot longer. So I wanted to include her clip, and I will leave a website down below that is fantastic for trichotillomania. People share their stories, their pictures, their experiences, and what they have gone about it, because so few people actually know about this and what it's all about. So I wanted to share our experience. So if you think somebody else is going out there with it, that you can look at this website, or, you know, contact somebody else who, you know, reach out and going through the same experience, because you're truly not alone.
Hey guys, so my name is Brianna, and I'm going to be talking about trichotillomania, what it is and how it affects me personally. So trichotillomania is an impulse control disorder that causes people to have urges to pull out their hair, eyelashes, eyebrows, any hair on their body. For me, I started pulling my eyelashes and my eyebrows out when I was 7 years old, and it's been on and off since then. And I'm 14 and I turned 15 in a couple months. So trichotillomania affects me because I pull mostly when I'm bored, frustrated, or studying and doing homework. And it's always when I'm by myself. I'm never around other people, like never around my parents. And it's always when I'm like in my room alone. And it affects me because when I'm trying to get something done, pulling is something that's very time consuming. So I'm trying to get my homework done, finish my studying, and when I pull, it distracts me and I like lose focus and stuff, and then it makes me have to stay up later to finish work that I should have finished before. So that's how it affects me a lot on a day-to-day basis. And if you're watching this, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. And 2 to 4% of the population has trich, And it may not sound like a lot, but it really is a lot. Chances are you probably know someone that has the same thing as you do. So I strongly suggest that you should go check out TLC's website. TLC stands for Trichotillomania Learning Center, and their website is the TLC Foundation of BFRBs. And it's such a helpful website for parents, teens, teachers, counselors, everyone. So I suggest that you should go and check that out, and there will be a lot of helpful resources on there. So thanks.